Hey guys, good morning. This is Joe Hudicka from Productive Play again, and I just want to welcome you back to the Gorge. I thought, last week we met here together and was able to give you a little bit of a preview of the really cool, exciting event that we were about to do at Fusion Academy's Brooklyn campus. And I had to come back to the same place, slightly different spot, of course, but the same place. Feel that same great energy and tell you about the incredible results that we got to have while we were with the kids at Fusion. So get this, we had two groups of kids. We were able to set up 2 games, and to do that meant that we worked as teams as well to be able to help and inspire that entrepreneurial play experience. So Joey and I teamed up with one group of children to play, and Laura and Heidi teamed up to facilitate the other game. And it was a really interesting experience because we had a lot of factors going on. We had a group of kids that were largely new to the concept and experience. We were certainly new to the environment, and there was time schedule that we had to be sensitive to. I mean, this is school hours, right? So we got to make sure that we fit everything into a very specific window. And you know what? It just happened. It just happened perfectly. We didn't even have to overthink it. We didn't have to script it. We didn't have to do anything. We just said, you know what? We're going to set up, we're going to have an incredible entrepreneurial fun play experience, and we're just going to let everything take care of itself. And that's exactly what happened. It was really exciting as the game starts and you start going through learning the language of business questions, the knowledge questions as we call them. And you see how, the different reactions you're getting. Some of the questions are getting answers like, come on, this is so easy. Like, what, are you kidding me? Like, everybody knows what that is. And then, gradually the questions progress because it's all variable, right? It's the shuffle of the deck. You never know a question, what concept is going to be coming and hit you next. And so I remember this one really, really great experience where there was one particular question came up and one of the students got it. And the question essentially goes something like this. It says, a venture is. And, let's just say the 2 answers are, a group of people coming together with a common idea, or a group of people forming a business around an idea. And, the particular student was kind of dismayed with the question right off the bat because they were convinced that the 2 answers, they were just exactly the same. I mean, they just meant the same thing. And how could it be that one answer could be correct and one answer could be incorrect? And so that's the kind of learning that's kind of baked right into this launch game, because on the surface, anything we do in life or in business, on the surface, quite often what we think we see isn't always as it appears, right? Just like that little message printed on our car rearview mirrors, right? Objects seem closer than they appear, farther than they appear, however that goes. I'm not actually sure, but you get my point. And so it was a really cool moment because that's one of those listening ears of teachable moments right there, because you've got them. You've got the person's interest. You've got their curiosity. And now, they're really, really committed to just knowing what the difference is and what the correct answer is. And so when you think about it, and you remember back to the conversation we had together last week, remember we said one of the fundamental keys to the game of launch is to teach the language of business. Now, how many words can you think of that have more than one meaning? Well, a lot of words in business have a very different meaning in other aspects as well. Acronyms too. I'll give you one here. You can, if you don't already know this one, go look it up. I challenge you to take a look at what MVP stands for and means. And please post your comments. At the bottom of this video, I want to hear what you guys think. You know what? Don't look it up first. I want you to comment on what you believe MVP means now. And then I want you to go look it up from a business concept. And I just want to find out, do you come up with any other definitions? 1 other, 2 other, 3 others? But what we're looking for in the game of launch, of course, is the business-specific definition that's typically associated with the acronym in this case of MVP. So you know what? Dialing back to the particular question at hand that I was working through with this one student, and we really worked the problem. We let this one go a couple minutes longer than we normally let a given turn go, just because everyone was so dialed in. I mean, and not just the students that were playing that game, the faculty was starting to gather around the playing area, and their ears and eyes were tuned in. Everybody wanted to know what the answer was. And so, without giving the answer away, I just read the two choices a little bit more carefully, and I reminded the student that what we're talking about is we've got our business hat on here, right? So if we're talking about which of the two definitions best defines a venture, and the venture is a concept in business terms, then the answer became pretty clear to the student right away at that point. It was the answer that showed that a business was getting formed around that group of people with the common idea and purpose. And boom, there was the answer. And bang, there was the light bulb. And you know what? Just a turn or two later, another student had a quizzical, expression around a question that they had. And the very first student with the very first challenge around the term venture stepped in before I even had a chance to be able to contribute and explain how a key objective in the game is to help you really be able to get that focused understanding and awareness of the language of business in order to be able to answer challenges like that. It was incredible. In that moment, we not only saw the learning, right, but the application of the learning. It was being applied by the very student within a few more minutes. You can't have a better, more magical outcome, if you wanted to plan it out, if you wanted to map it out. You just can't. And so that's the beauty of these launch entrepreneurial fun and learning events. And we are so grateful to Fusion Academy's Brooklyn campus for welcoming us in and having this first event. And we're super excited that we're already having conversations around forming an entrepreneurial adventure club for the students, and exploring ways to even work the game and the entrepreneurial learning aspect into their overall business curriculum for kids that have that particular interest. We're over the moon excited that we're also already having conversations with other Fusion campuses from Princeton all the way out to campuses as far as California. You guys know a lot about our involvement that we've been so blessed to have with the YMCA and their after-school programs, and there's more on that to come. I can't wait to share with you as well, and other community-based organizations. Chambers of commerce are getting involved. Corporations are starting to put together team building events and family and community building events. It's really, really cool, and being able to do it around a game experience, I mean, it's just a blast. It's really a lot of fun. And if you want to know any more about, how we do that stuff with the games or any of that jazz, if you'd like to do it on your own and you'd like some tips on how, just post your comment below this video. You can venture on out to productiveplay.net. You'll see we've got a couple pages across the top. One of them is specifically all about events. And there's plenty of information, about all the other cool things going on, with the games and the learning resources and all that fun stuff. So we're here to help any way we can. Families, friends, communities, schools, you name it. You just let us know. Post your comments, post your thoughts, post your questions, and look forward to talking to you again next week. Have an outstanding and productive, playful week. Take care.